Hi, friends, and welcome to another one of our weekly devotionals. How many of you like singing, and when you are in a good mood, you enjoy maybe singing in the shower, you're driving and singing? Maybe some of you are smiling because you do that or you like doing that. Well, this morning I woke up and when I was driving here to the hospital, I saw many singing in a very good mood, even dressing up, dressing very, very nicely. And normally we dress nicely when there is a special occasion or for something that we consider important. So this morning I saw this. But they were birds that were singing and flowers that were beautifully dressed, beautifully dressed. Now I'm saying this because when Jesus preached his most important sermon, probably that was recorded, the Sermon at the Mountain, he took a special moment to talk actually about worrying and preoccupations. Chapter 6 of Matthew, it's registered this part of the sermon. And he talks about birds and flowers, how they dress so beautifully and they don't worry about that, how they eat and have everything they need and they just sing and don't worry. So he introduces talking about birds and flowers, and we are not birds and we are not flowers. So it's not that easy for us as human beings. We worry. I don't know, I have such a talent to worry. I am so good at worrying. It's like second nature. I can do it anytime you want and I can do it very well. Maybe you feel the same, that it's so easy for you. So what do you mean, Jesus, when you put birds and flowers as examples? He carries on saying, verse 27, can any of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? I would love to have a couple of more hours every day. I never feel that I have enough time. What about you? He says, doesn't matter how much you worry, you won't add an hour to your day. He says, you cannot add an inch to your stature by worrying. So he's saying worrying is pointless. It's not effective. It doesn't change things. And then he keeps on going saying, so, because worry is not effective, so do not worry. And that reminds me of my classes at university. I was learning about the cognitive theory. Aaron Beck, the creator of cognitive behavioral therapy, he says that 90% of the things we worry about never happen, and the other 10% never happened as we expected. So basically what he's saying is we are not fortune tellers. We cannot predict the future, and it doesn't matter how much we worry, it never happens as we think. So we lose a lot of time. It's not effective. So after saying all these things and Jesus saying, so do not worry, he gives two very powerful advices about how we can deal with worrying and preoccupations. He said, verse 33, chapter 6 of Matthew, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all the other things will be added unto you. Seek first the kingdom of God. I remember when I finished high school that last year I started working, and what I would do is to sell books. I would ring your bell. When you open, I would introduce myself, say that I am a student and I was selling an encyclopedia or books about health. And I remember friends that we were doing this together. And some days they would tell me, I won't go today. I will stay home, I will pray, read the Bible, because seek first his kingdom and all the other things will be added. And it didn't work. Because Jesus doesn't say, seek only his kingdom. Sometimes when we worry, we say, oh, you just need to pray and give it to God. No, that's not what Jesus says. Jesus says, seek first the kingdom of God. Not only, but first. So he's saying, look at your priorities. What is first in your list? Because if you put something first, you will put something second, third, fourth. What is really important to you? Because you won't have time or energy to do everything, but you can do the most important. And he says, seek first the kingdom. When you put that first, you will know what to put second, third, and you will have the wisdom to organize your things and focus on the most important. This is very relevant. Priorities, not worries, but focusing on your priorities. And then he gives a second advice, powerful also, very practical. He says, tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So Jesus is saying, if you take care about today with me, the future will take care of itself. So focus on today, he says, because tomorrow will bring its own worry. This reminds me when I started practicing 14, 15 years ago, I would take not difficult cases like personality disorders or something very complex. I would take cases like people that wanted to quit smoking. And I have this patient, this lady, that she was doing well, she stopped smoking, but she was worrying a lot about a vacation that was coming a month and a half ahead. So we started working during the sessions because she knew that a month and a half ahead she was going to the beach. And at the beach, with her friends, it was very difficult for her to think about not smoking. So she was very worried. So we talked about that, we thought about coping skills and things like that. Then time passed and the vacations arrived. She went on vacations and then came back. And after she came back, after those 2 weeks of vacations, I asked her, how did it go? She said, very well. She was happy. And how did it go in the beach with your friends? And no, it went well. So we both together remembered a month and a half ago, 2 months, when she was very worried about that situation. The thing is that today we are not the same person we are going to be in a week, in a month, or in a year. We will grow, we will learn, we will be better prepared if we are seeking his kingdom first. Jesus says, tomorrow will worry about itself. Focus on today, because today you have enough energy, enough grace, enough creativity for today. Not for today and tomorrow and next week and next month and next year. Today we have what we need for today. So Jesus says, take care of today because the future will take care of itself if you are here. These are the two advices that Jesus gives against worrying, and they have been so helpful for me today. I hope that they are also helpful for you. See you next week. God bless you.